Hi graduates, it's Stella from Meeple University, and this is Stella's short and sweet review for Dawn of Ulos from Thunderworks Games. Many factions, like us, the Zeta, have been living, expanding our territories in the world of Ulos. But thanks to the gods, yes, that's all of you, you open up the rift and introduce us to other factions. It's up to you now to manipulate how you want to shape the new world of Ulos. The game plays 1 to 5 players with mechanics such as tile placement, stock holding, and territory building. The game is of medium complexity. Dawn of Ulos is an economic or stock manipulation game where, instead of using the traditional goods and services, it's controlling the area, influencing the power of each faction, and winning or losing battles. Instead of the stock up and down, it's more like up and dead. The strength of the factions are the value of that stock, which you manipulate as you add or remove their territory. The winner is the one with the most points or currency. Stay with me and I'll explain more of this unique game. So you are one of the gods, competing with other players, trying to add more tiles to grow the faction's territory, while benefiting from all of these. There are 5 factions used per game. On your turn, you simply place a development tile, matching the pattern underneath it, then optionally take action, either buy faction cards or play and discard a faction card to get its action, phase ability, and currency. Then you draw back to 3 tiles and turn goes to the next player. When you place a development tile the first time, you must try to place it so it matches the shape of a faction to bring a faction to the world, to life. And so you place that faction's mini on the map. And ta-da! The Zeta is in the house. The next time you place the tile adjacent to any faction, if the terrain type is what that faction prefers, then that faction goes up in track, potentially adding strength and value. You probably will keep adding the value of factions you want at the start, till one time one player adds development tile and links the area of at least 2 factions. That's where conflict or battle happens. Battle means all players are involved. Everyone has a chance to influence the outcome and time to negotiate and maybe backstab. So all players simultaneously play however many faction cards they want, and for each faction card they play, it will add strength to its faction in the battle. Then players may play a card with battle phase ability, which some factions have, like this player here can play 1 other faction card for every 2 of its strength to add strength to a faction in battle, and gain the favor currency from the card played. The faction with the highest strength turtle wins the battle. They gain strength from connected terrains if there are ones matching what they prefer, and the loser is removed from the board and strength dropped to 1. See? Up and dead, crash and burn. It's almost like company takeover. But that's not the end. That faction can be placed in the map later, and the cost to buy is cheaper, just like the stock market. Players return at least half of each faction they played back, gain the currency from those cards. After the battle is resolved, players continue their turn to take optional action. Buy 1 to 3 faction cards, cost is the strength value of each, or play to discard a card with action phase ability, like the Zeta can be used to gain lost faction cards based on the Zeta's strength. After all development tiles are gone, or 2 factions reaches the top of the track and become legendary, or when one player cannot legally place a development tile, game ends. Players gain points mainly from the currency they have and the faction cards, giving currency in their strength value. The player with the most points is the best gods of Ulos and wins. Where there are battles, there are opportunities. Perhaps you can influence other players to join your cause. Combine the strength to win against common enemy. But there is no binding agreement in the world of Ulos. Every guard for themselves. You can also bluff and play more cards deployed for battle. Play other factions cards not involved in the battle, but then when revealed, take those cards back to hand. There's that tug of war too. Play and spend cards of that faction to win the battle, but you lose half of the cards. That's not ideal if the faction wins. But if that faction loses, the card's worth not much. The battle is also a way to make a faction cheaper or lose its place on the map. If you have a way of getting the faction cards back while they're cheap and build its strength, then it might be a way of profiting from this. Finding a good time to start the battle or when to buy and crash the market, who to support in battle, and even play card at the right time just to get the currency is part of the strategy. Speaking about strategy, there are 10 factions in the game, which you can mix and match for different strategy each time. So, Gods of Ulos, are you ready to create conflict, negotiate, backstab, and most importantly, profit from the Dawn of Ulos? So thanks for watching, folks. Check out Dawn of Ulos project page. I'll put the link in the description below. The components featured in this video are prototype, so rules and artwork are not final. You would help us by like the video, subscribe and hit the bell. Comments below if you find this video useful. I also share my board games journey on Instagram. Hopefully, I will see you next time. Bye bye.